Oh boy.
Alrighty. Howdy everyone. So I will actually be doing the QnA video. Not really any intro to this, so we'll just get started. Where did I get the name Time Glitch? So the name Time Glitch is actually my PlayStation name that I used to play on. And the main reason why it is spelt that way is because the name was already taken, because originally it was Time Lapse, and then it went to Time Error, and then Time Glitch was just a throwaway account for modded GTA stuff. What inspired me to make content on YouTube? There's a lot of people that I could list off for content creation, but what really inspired me was actually the Russian Badger. That guy genuinely made me want to be a YouTuber. I really love his style of content and his humor, and personally I just love the idea of basically making videos on what I like, and that's basically what he does. He'll make a video on just whatever he's playing, so if he's playing Battlefield or Rainbow Six Siege or something stupid, and he just basically shares that with the world, and you get idiot half the damn time, and I absolutely love it. And so I want to do that myself, so that's why I do this kind of content. Favorite aircraft? F-16. F-16 will always be my favorite. It may come to a shock to you. You would think that my favorite aircraft is the F-22. No, it is actually not. It is the F-16. I have always loved the look of that aircraft. I have always loved the name of it too. It's just everything about that aircraft I love. What inspired me to do the roast videos? I'm gonna be completely honest. I was really bored one day at 3 a.m. as of right now, as I'm recording this. And I just thought, you know what? What if I just have the missile just talk shit about an aircraft? And that kind of just boiled into the whole roast series. I did kind of get the F-22 and the missile kind of mixed into one character. I'm not a very smart person when it comes to writing, so the consistency is just not there. But I just think of whatever would be funny, whatever insults I come up with. And that's kind of how I just made the roast videos. It was just a stupid idea, and I just decided to stick with it. Would I do any Will I do any prop plane roasts? That's a maybe. The only thing is that those aircraft tend to be a little bit more difficult to talk about because, well, yes, a lot of them did have their problems. It is a completely different era of warfare and just a completely different design philosophy. So to say, example, the BF-109 was a shit plane, it was well, are we talking about in the terms of, modern fighter jets, or are we talking about in World War II standards? And not really any jokes I can think of. I definitely know that there are some jokes I can come up with when I do a bit of research on it, but right now it's really hard to do that just because it's I don't know that much about World War II aircraft to really make and write jokes of. It's a maybe. Do I have any big projects coming up? Yes, I do have big projects in mind. A prime example, I want to do the War Thunders discussion. I don't exactly have a name for it yet. I think that's what I might call it, but if you guys have any ideas of what the series should be, basically the whole idea of the series is that it would be talking about stuff like concepts and ideas that could be implemented into War Thunder, whether it be new maps or new vehicles, just basically kind of I want this vehicle or this idea to be added, and I think it would go well, and here's a list of examples or reasons why I think it would work. I do have some other projects in mind, but however, I'm gonna have to wait till I upgrade my PC because I really start wanting to do potentially animation stuff. I really want to do mess around with stuff in Blender and stuff, but right now I don't have a powerful enough PC to really do that, or the time. That's the main problem, is I just don't have good PC, and I don't have the time to just do that. What is my main nation in War Thunder? I primarily play America and Russia. Those are the two countries that have a lot of vehicles I like, tanks and plane-wise. Although I am trying to grind out also the Japanese, and started the Chinese tech tree, and a little bit of Sweden too. So, do I enjoy making missile videos? I do. It's part of aviation that I like. I've never really had a problem with it, especially because I could just do whatever the hell I want with it and just make these like stupid memes. It's tailored to my humor. Like what I make and what you guys see is basically my humor. This is what I find funny. How do I choose the voices of the plane? So sometimes it will depend on the nationality of the aircraft. Like if it's British, I will try to find a character or a person with an accent that I like. So a prime example, the Harrier that I use, the voice for the Harrier is Richard Hammond from Top Gear that I use. I'm hilarious. He's like one of my favorite of the three hosts on there. Primarily, it'll just be either a character that I find interesting that I want to use their voice for, like characters from video games and stuff like that. Did I think I would get far with this content that I make? No, honestly. I really did not think I would be sitting here at YouTube Studio. Where are you? I would not expect to be sitting at 33k subs. This is kind of weird, considering the fact that I just started uploading these missile memes literally on April 1st. And 6 months in, and I've already accumulated 33,000 people. It's quite insane. Favorite Ace Combat game? Ace Combat 7. I haven't had a chance to really play all the other games. I have played a little bit of 5 and a little bit of 0. And I like the stories in those, but personally, Ace Combat 7, Captain Torres is a fucking win. It's just... you can't top it, okay? I love the Joker like phase of just Ace Combat villain. I can't. I love his lines. I love fighting his boss fight. Like everything about it is just great. Like and that decent amount of aircrafts too. I mean, I know some Ace Combat's game had a bit more than 7, but something about 7 was just kind of like, I like this. This is a solid game. It's not, is it the best? I don't think it's the absolute best, but it's a solid game. Like I go back in and I play through the story again and again and again. It's a solid game. What type of missile is the missile? So canonically, the missile is actually supposed to be a Tomahawk, from what I can tell. However, due to me being lazy and also lazy writing, I just make him basically whatever the fuck I want him to be. If I want him to be a Sidewinder, he's a Sidewinder. If I want him to be a Sparrow, he's a Sparrow. If he's a Harm, he's a Harm. What programs do I use to make my videos? I use DaVinci Resolve, and I also use 11 Labs for the AI voices. How often do you think of the Roman Empire? Every single day of my life. Okay, so that's kind of the general questions. Oh, the big one. I totally forgot to write this down. Do I hate the Su-57? I don't actually hate the Su-57. Traitor! The reason why I make fun of it is really just kind of like the fanboys behind it. I know, Rich coming from me, the guy who always uses the F-22 as the character, but it's kind of like the same thing with the Tiger and like the T-34. And also, I think it's just kind of funny to shit on the aircraft all the time. Now most of the general questions that I have been asked are answered, I'm going to move on to more precise questions that some of y'all had. I may not be able to get to all of them just because like I don't want this video to be like an hour and a half long. So if your question doesn't get answered, I will most likely leave a comment on that video. How crazy are you? I think I'm a little crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. How does the missile know where it is?
Because it knows where it isn't.
Where'd you get your interest in military jets, missiles come from? Practically like a combination of like Transformers and Battlefield that just got me so interested. Beforehand, I was really into cars. Like I would always play like Burnout Paradise City and Need for Speed Carbon. Like, I never really played a military shooter or really watched any movies that involve the military. Question for the missile. Does the missile only hate tailless canard delta wings, or every delta wing?
I hate everyone equally.
Do you not fear the pain of the explosion when you hit the target?
No, because that is what I was designed for. Plus, I know I'll just come back.
So how long did it take for you to nail voice from the Missile Knows Where It Is video? Not long. It was just a matter of just uploading the audio clip and kind of testing out the expressions a little bit, and that was pretty much it. How many editing softwares do you switch before using DaVinci? So I previously used Premiere Pro, and I kind of wish I did have that, but after always spending like $50-something every month just to use like 2 programs, I was like, I couldn't deal with that anymore. How many subs do you think you were gonna reach at the start of your YouTube journey? Honestly, I was expecting to just stay at 5K. Like, I was not expecting to jump this far. What will win, a fish or an F-22 Raptor? Ooh, well, it depends on the fish. If we're talking about like a goldfish, yeah, it doesn't stand a chance. However, a cod, maybe it may have a fighting chance. Can you make a the torpedo roast series? Maybe. I would have to see how that would work. That one's gonna be kind of an interesting one, especially because I don't really know anything about naval warfare, so that's going to be kind of interesting. When will you make a video roasting NGRAD, FAA-18, or XO2 Wyvern? So the NGRAD one, if I'm being completely honest, 100%, I don't want to say it's going to be impossible, because I can definitely think of a few things, but the problem with NGRAD is that there isn't really a whole lot of information to go off of. There isn't even like an aircraft design that I can really follow. It's just different renderings, so that one's going to be a little difficult to do. Out of the 3, NGRAD is a maybe. That's just going to take a lot of time. FA-18, yeah, I think I could do that. And XO2 Wyvern, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. What is your opinion on letting other American people own laser-guided munitions? If you're able to own a F4 Phantom, I think there should be no problem owning laser-guided munitions. When will you roast the A29 Super? I don't know how you pronounce that. I failed English. When will you roast the A29? I would definitely have to look into some research for. It's definitely there's a lot of requests to do certain aircrafts, so that's definitely on the list somewhere. It's just kind of like not the immediate one. But I will do some research. English is hard. Yeah, no, I'll put it on my list of different aircraft. It's a massive list. It's insane. Opinions on the J-22. What is the J-22? I don't think that's supposed to be a. That's a boat. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Okay, so strike aircraft. Yeah, it's all right. How are baby missiles made? You see, when a contractor and a government body really like each other and make a contract to make weapons of mass destruction, they have factories that they make them in. Why am I talking? Opinion on the Kafir C7? I think they're alright. Does the missile eat bread? I don't think he eats. to begin with. Well, no, he does eat bogeys in civilian airliners. That's a problem we're still sorting out. Favorite aircraft to take down other than the Su-57? Well, I would have to say, my favorite aircraft to take down would be the Su-57.
Oh, come on, man!
What does the missile think of people simping for aircraft?
I think it's fine, but some of y'all take it to a whole new level of weird sometimes.
Felon or checkmate? I'm assuming if I had to choose one or the other, I would choose the Felon, because the checkmate is such a dumb idea. Who else does a missile hate besides the Su-57? He hates everyone equally. Does a missile believe Raytheon, the manufacturer of the AIM-9, to be a god who created his people?
I don't see them as a god, but more as my creators.
Does the F-22 prefer the Raphael or the Su-57?
I would rather self-destruct myself than be anywhere near that demon or the heretic.
Oh, Monsieur Raptor,
Get away from me, you demon!
je ne pense pas que cela va arriver.
No!
Where are you? Wouldn't you like to know? Are you in the F-22 some kind of hive mind or something, or do you all have the same voice? Yes. What's your take on the Raphael? I like it. I think it's a pretty decent aircraft. I've always liked the look of it. Apply the voice of the missile to War Thunder and /DCS.
The missile knows where it is at all.
Do you like planes? Nah, not really. I'm not a big fan of planes. How do you deal with the pain of being Gaijin in War Thunder? I just learned to live with it. It's just, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. Will you make missile roasting videos about other flying vehicles like helicopters, airliners, or even other types of missiles? Yes, I do plan on doing other types of aircraft than just military vehicles, especially helicopters. I already have the Hind as a character. I just haven't actually used him for really anything. If you ever get to fly an aircraft, which one would you choose? Ooh. So, there's a few on my list. So, for, like, American fighter jets, F-16, all the way. I would love that to fly that aircraft. But for helicopters, I would want to fly the Hind. I really would love to fly that. And then for Russian aircraft, Su-47. That thing looks so cool. Question for the missile: how quickly do you think you could take out a MiG-31?
Maybe like 20 seconds if he wasn't always running away.
How do you feel about your little brother, the F-35, being lost? Wouldn't be the first time, and this wouldn't be the last. Thoughts on the F-18 Super Hornet? It's pretty good. Do you like pasta? It's pretty good. Will the missile ever recover from his interaction in Thunder? No, I don't think so. Can you explode a specific civilian airliner? Which one? Give me the target. Any plans for more Raphael videos or Ace Combat Jets? Yeah, I do plan on including some of those. Would the hatred of the Su-57 / Russian fighters overall be as bad as Su-47 had been in service instead? Honestly, I don't know. What is your IP address? Wouldn't you like to know? Ask anything? Okay, what type of missile are you? If you're talking about me, I would say I would be a Sparrow. Is there a plane, no matter if it's civilian or not, that you would prefer to shoot down more often than others? If we're talking about in real life, probably Spirit Airlines. Just because we're not really losing anything worth of value. How is life going? It's going alright. It's not the best. I kind of wish I could dedicate more time to YouTube with working a full-time job. But I would say overall, I think I'm doing pretty alright. Do you think the North Koreans' Air Force could do much in a war? I'm gonna have to probably say no. Did Belka do something wrong? No, Belka never did anything wrong. Given a choice, should you rather fly an F-16 or F-15? F-16. Instantly locked in, like no second thought. Insert clip of someone hitting the buzzard on Family Jeopardy or Family Feud. Family Jeopardy. Family Jeopardy. Family Jeopardy. Why does the missile hate everything? Yes. What's your favorite Soviet aircraft? I would say the MiG-17. Why does it burn when I pee? You might want to get that checked out. What goes first, milk, cereal, or bowl? The table. When missile get bitches? Soon. When will the F-22 and the Su-57 kiss and get married? Never. Did you serve in the Soviet Union? I'm not that old. Is this your first YouTube channel, or do you have past channels that didn't work out? Nope, this is the first one. What's your biggest secret? I have the flight manual for the F-22 Raptor. Do you play DCS? I did a little bit, but it's really not something for me.